this is Garrett Smithley, driver the number 0 JD Motorsports Chevrolet, and you're watching All Pro Broadcasting.
When you're ready,
ServPro, how can we help?
help gets there faster. The cleanup specialists at 1-800-SERVPRO and ServPro.com. Helping make fire and water damage like it never even happened.
Did your little storm knock out the power? Well, excuse me for not noticing.
Hate to disappoint you, old man Winter. Better luck next time.
If the power goes out, your Generac standby generator goes on, automatically.
Down trees? Flash floods? Is that all you've got?
Stand up to the threat of outages with Generac, and never feel powerless.
Welcome, race fans, to the Domino's TYJ Racing Renegade Dirt Series live on All Pro Broadcasting. We are here from USA International Speedway. Joining me here in the booth is my good friend Gary Sixon. How you doing tonight, Gary?
How you doing, Robert? I'm doing great tonight. Look, real excited to get back to watching these guys wheel these 360s around this track and, just get back to some Sunday night Dirt Series action. I'm pretty excited about it.
Yes, sir. I tell you what, this is a very interesting track. We've got a unique setup here, Gary. Thanks for helping us out getting that correct. So these drivers will have a lot of excitement, a lot of fun. We do have quite a few drivers in here getting ready to start their qualifying. Looks like we've got 24 drivers, maybe even 25. once we get going here as qualifying gets started. Gary, who did you see as some of the fastest? And what are you expecting on qualifying?
Yeah, so some of the faster guys leading the field here is William E. Moore. He was pretty quick in practice. Nathan Davis seems to be a new driver here. He was pretty quick with second fastest. Third fastest in practice was actually me. I went out there and turned some laps to get some testing in to see how that went. Look for Scott Sanderson to be fast. He's up there in the top 5. Shane DeVolder, all these guys. So now it looks like the qualifying times are starting to pop up here.
All right, Gary, I think hopefully we have got our point standings right now. Like I said, we are live on All Pro Broadcasting. This is the All Pro Broadcasting USA International Dirt Renegade race tonight. We're going to have a B main, a last chance qualifier, and an A main. Fans, we do appreciate you being here. We're also going to be giving away that free pizza. You will have to stick around to the A main to get your pick in for that. We'll go over that in just a few minutes. But if we have got our points, Mr. D'Amico, we get Gary to go over the top 10 in our dirt point standings real quick. I can tell you right now, the fastest in qualifying, we do have the 193 of Scott Sanderson. Go ahead, Daredevil.
Yeah, that's right, Robert. And Scott Sanderson, he's also our points leader. And behind him in second is the number 23, William Davis. In third is Buzz Moore. Fourth is going to be Thomas Conhenny. Fifth in points is Robert Fitzpatrick. Coming in sixth, just outside the top 5, is Judd Danielson. Seventh is Ray Richer. Eighth in points is William Roberts Jr. Ninth is Giovanni Bramante. And 10th is Paul Crumry.
Thanks a lot there. Gary, can you tell us any more details, track facts about this track, and what we're looking for? Because it is a little bit different than the previous 3 tracks we have raced on.
Yeah, Robert. So this is actually a I guess you could call it a fictional track that iRacing has. It used to be a real speedway, but they've since torn it down in 2012. It's actually a 3/4 mile. Normally a paved oval, but when iRacing put out the dirt series, they threw some dirt on it and gave us another track to run around. And at 3/4 mile, it's a lot bigger than any of the other tracks, most dirt tracks that are out there. And you know what that means is real high speeds, pretty much wide open the whole time. Tough to pass, not as tough to pass as the previous ones. It's a real wide track, so you look for a lot of different lanes. The bottom's fast. The top's actually pretty fast once the track starts to wear out. Plenty of room around here to get around, and I look for a really, really, really good race tonight.
Yeah, I tell you what, Kurt, excuse me there, Gary, my bad. As the drivers are getting finished with their qualifying laps, it does look like Derek Walker has got the fastest position right now. He is at, I'll let you go over the top, looks like 5-10 here in the qualifying. Hopefully we might have a few more sneak in a real fast lap, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, Robert, last race winner, Derek Walker, fast again, right to the top of the board with a 19.326, pretty quick lap. Nathan Davis is going to come in second with a 19.4. Shane DeVolder is going to qualify third. Ryan Ahill's qualified fourth. Rounding out your top 5 is Scott Sanderson. It's looking like 6th is going to be Corey Heffron. 7th, Robert Fitzpatrick. And 8th is Giovanni Bramante. 9th is going to be William Davis with a 19.5. And rounding out your top 10 is going to be Buzz Moore with also a 19.53. Field's pretty tight tonight. It's looking like Ray Richer is going to qualify 11th. William E. Moore is going to qualify 12th. Vernon Markheim is going to qualify 13th. And William Robert Jr. 14th. And rounding out the top 15 and the ones that transfer on to the A main is going to be Jeremy Crandall. So the following guys are going to be lining up and racing for the B main. That's going to be Judd Danielson's going to start the B main on the pole. Thomas Conheady's going to start is going to start second. Curtis Young is going to start third. James Nunn is going to start fourth. Ronald Klein 5th. Jean-Paul Arsenet's going to start 6th. Ricky Lake in 7th. Brian Coots is going to start 8th, Russ Crowe 9th, and Ivan Garcia is going to start the B main in 10th. So this is going to be our biggest B main we've had to date in the Domino's TYJ Racing Series. So 5 of these guys are going to be going home after the last chance qualifier, which takes place in the next room. For those of you that don't know, how it works is these from 16th on back, they're going to race in this, and I believe the top 3 will transfer over. Sorry, Robert.
No problem.
Top 3s are going to transfer over, and then everybody's going to go to the next room, and there's going to be a last chance qualifier. Those 3 that finished in the top 3, they are automatically going to transfer to the A main. So the last 3 spots are up for grabs with that last chance qualifying session, where they're going to run 2 laps. They have 5 minutes to run them, and 5 guys are going to go home tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be very exciting here, Gary. It's actually the top 16 automatically transfer. We've got the remaining drivers that will. Yeah, the remaining drivers are racing here in the B main. The top 3 finishers will automatically transfer, as well as a last chance qualifier. And we're getting ready to. The cars are gridding now, so it's going to be very exciting.
It looks like
Thomas Conheady is on the pole for this B main, and we have Curtis Young on his outside or inside. The leader does have lane choice.
Yeah, and they wait to roll off here. Again, this track is real wide. It's real fast. Lots of speed. Pretty much wide open. Plenty of room to pass. Look for the bottom to be the fast way around here to start. But you can definitely get a good run on the high side. You know, when you, as with any of these fixed setups dirt cars, you're going to want to, if you're going to close in on the guy in front of you and you get around him, you're going to want to find a different line than he's running, so that you can make your way around him. As the field starts to roll off the grid, we're going to be doing 2 pace laps, I believe, and then get them underway.
That's right. This is going to be very exciting. We do have 2 fast drivers who are going to have to fight their way into the A main. Thomas Conheady, Curtis Young, Ronald Klein, JP Arsenal.
Yeah, lots of fast guys back here.
Yes, sir. Brian Coots. Russ Coe is learning every single week. He's getting faster all the time, as well as Ivan Garcia bringing up the rear here for this B main. This is going to go by fast. It's going to be very exciting. I'll let you call the start here.
Yeah, I think there's going to be 1 more pace lap here, Robert. With these short tracks, we do 2 pace laps. So they're going to be coming around again here. Look for Curtis Young. He's pretty good on these dirt tracks to try to get a good jump on Thomas Conheady when they get underway here. You don't want to sleep on Ronald Klein either. I know he's fast on the dirt too. Pretty uncharacteristic of him to qualify back in 20th, but he'll start this one from 4th. As the cars make their way onto the backstretch. Get ready after a nice week off. Let these boys unleashed and get on those loud pedals and turn them loose.
Yeah, I tell you what, Gary, this is going to be very exciting. These guys have been itching to get back here on the track. Fans will go over the free pizza giveaway in just a few minutes. I'll let you go ahead and call this.
Show the pace cars off, and they're underway. Thomas Conheady gets a good jump on Curtis. He moves up to the outside. As we look, Curtis Young with a nice move to the bottom. So it's going to slide up just barely, almost touch Thomas Conheady. It's a good battle for the lead here going down the backstretch in the 3.
Yes, it looks like right now that these 2 drivers, Gary, are pretty equally matched. It's going to be a matter of who can pick the right line, as this track doesn't rubber in. How do you describe it exactly?
Yeah, I'd say it kind of wears off. There's a layer of thick clay dirt. It's kind of wet, and it'll dry out, kind of slick off. Similar to after it rains, it's muddy, and then when it dries up, you get that real hard dirt. And when you run these tires across them, it's kind of slick. So it's all about finding the most grip out there.
That is exactly what these leaders are trying to do. I'm looking at a battle right now for the 3rd position. You've got Ronald Klein on the inside. You got James Nunn. They make a little bit of contact, and around goes Ronald Klein. It looks like the yellow flag is out. We'll get that replay pulled up real quick. I was just talking about those drivers. Go ahead there, Gary.
Yeah, sorry, that looked like a possible slide job gone wrong there.
Yeah, it looks like the 75 of James Gunn just got up to him and got into him and spun Ronald Klein around.
Yeah, we've talked about this before in previous races. It's real hard to see out the right side of these cars. Those big wings, they hang down over to the right, and you know, when you dive it into the inside of somebody, you have to just kind of have faith that they're not going to crowd you against the wall off the corner, so that when you come up the track, they're not going to be there. This time around, that wasn't the case. Ronald Klein, he wanted that position. He stayed down there, and James Dunn drifted up into him. Unfortunately, Ronald Klein had to pay the price for that.
Yes, I tell you what, like we said, this race is going to go by very fast, fans. But it's going to be very interesting. Ronald Klein will have a chance for the last chance qualifier at the beginning of the A main. That will be coming up at 9:10 p.m. Eastern. That, my friends, is the session you want to make sure you're watching. That's where you can make your pick for the free pizza giveaway, which we'll go over details about that. But there will be one lucky fan tonight, whether they're commenting on their device in the live chat, or whether they're going to text my personal cell phone number, which we'll give out in the second server. One lucky fan will win a large, free 3-topping Domino's pizza, carry out only, anywhere in the United States of America.
Yeah, Robert, one of the awesome promotions that we do here at Domino's. I know everybody looks forward to that. Watching the live chat, everybody gets real excited about trying to win that free pizza. As we get the one to go for the restart here. Single file restarts, so it's gonna be a little bit tougher for Curtis to get a run on Thomas Conheady, because Thomas is in control of the start, and as soon as that pace car goes, look for him to get going. So hopefully Curtis is ready for that.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's a little surprising to see Curtis in this B main. He is usually one of the faster drivers in all of our series. Of course, dirt is a completely different animal, and just because you're fast on asphalt does not mean you're going to be fast on dirt.
Yeah, I'm pretty slow on asphalt, but I can get around the dirt pretty fast. So it is definitely a different animal. As they get underway here, the pace car drops in. Thomas Conheady with a big jump off on Curtis Young.
Yes, it looks like Curtis has definitely got his work cut out to get the win here, but he is running safely in that second position, which will be the transfer spot. Looks like we're going to have a closer battle back here between JP Arsenal in third and Ricky Lake in fourth. Ricky Lake, go ahead.
Yeah, this is for the transfer spot. Ricky Lake, he makes the pass on the bottom. That was a textbook pass by Ricky Lake on Brian Coots. Oh, and Brian Coots gets into his bumper, and they get a little sideways, and that's going to hurt nobody but Jean-Paul Arsenet.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate deal for him. That will, looks like, keep Ricky Lake in the third position. Up front, we got Thomas Conheady, and Curtis Young is making a move. Curtis Young is trying to figure out a way around him. He's taking a higher line on this lap, as we do have about 9 laps to go. It's all about getting to drive off these corners with these three Sprint 360 vehicles. About how many horsepower are these cars putting out there, would you guess there, Gary?
I believe it's around 700 or so. It's quite a bit for a really light car. And Curtis Young to the bottom. He's going to try the slide job. He gets up into Thomas Conheady, and Curtis Young back down into the inside wall. Similar to that wreck we just saw earlier. Oh, that's a shame for Curtis. Let's hopefully he can stay in that second spot, transfer spot. And it looks like he's not going to get any pressure after that little mishap.
Yeah, it looks like we've got running third would be Ricky Lake. At this point, he will be in the third transfer spot. Brian Coots in that Jim Beam Sprint 360 looks like he is running in fourth. And in fifth here we've got, that's James Nunn, who's in that fifth position in that number 75. That is a great looking paint job on his vehicle there. JP Arsenal looks like he's running sixth in the 97. You see anything up front? Go ahead.
Now up front, the gap is pretty much maintained at a half a second, but back here for the transfer spot, we got Brian Coots is closing in on Ricky Lake, and he's looking to make this a close battle with about 6 laps to go here.
Yes, it is getting tight up there. Brian is all over the back of Ricky Lake. So just like it was earlier, the competition is very stiff here, and the track has changed even though we've only had 15 laps so far. Is that correct, Gary? That even just on those few laps with these few drivers in this B main, they are still having to deal with ever-changing track conditions.
Yeah, and you can add James Nunn to the mix of this battle for the transfer spot. But yeah, as you said, Robert, the track changes pretty quickly. As you can see, there's a light groove around the bottom. That's where it's a little more packed out and quicker, but it's a little more slick down there. And then you can see the darker strip across the top. That's where it's, it's a lot of cars haven't ran up there, so the track's still pretty much the same and pretty tacky up there. But you're not going to see many guys go up there if they want to move their position forward.
It looks like Brian is getting a great run here. We've got about 3 laps to go. Will Brian be able to make the pass on Ricky Lake, or will Ricky Lake be able to hold on to this transfer position?
Yeah, it's nice and tight up there for third place, and yeah, we're about 3.5 laps to go here as they head into turn 3. Here comes Brian Coots to the bottom of Ricky Lake. Look for him to slide up in front of him. They're going to make slight contact, but a beautiful slide job by Brian Coots to get in front of Ricky Lake for the transfer spot. Now look for Ricky Lake to dive back to the bottom and try to do the same thing to him. He's going to slide up in front of him, but he can't quite get there. That's going to bring James Nunn. They're almost 3 wide going down the backstretch. This is awesome racing for this transfer spot.
Yeah, I tell you what, this is exactly why we do this, and fans, this is exactly why you're watching. Up front, it looks like Curtis Young has made his way back up to the lead. I'm going to cover this lead real quick. As you will watch the transfer spot, Curtis is right up beside Thomas Conheady again as they go down the back stretch. They're going into the corner here. It looks like the last lap. It's going to be a nail-biter to see who wins this one. Curtis has got another good run as they are side by side coming to the start-finish line. Or is this the last lap they're doing right now? I'm a little confused.
Last lap now.
Yes, and Curtis does make that move to the lead position. How about third position? How's it looking?
It's still real tight there. Ricky Lake has kind of found his way back up, and James Nunn right on the back of his bumper, and James Nunn closes in. Oh, Ricky Lake gets to the inside wall. James Nunn's going to slide into the transfer fit. Oh, man.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah, that was some awesome racing up front and in the back. Ricky Lake gets into the wall there, and he's going to lose that transfer spot. But they still have one more chance to qualify in on time. But your top 3 is going to be Curtis Young taking the checkered flag, Thomas Conheady in second, and James Nunn's going to round out your top 3. They will move on to the A main. Wow, it's exciting.
As, go ahead, Gary.
Yeah, I say we're going to wait for these guys to come up here for some quick interviews. I'm interested to hear from James Nunn about that battle for the end there when he's looking at the last turn. He's not going to transfer. Ricky Lake gets to the inside wall.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm getting these guys ready right now. I'm going to let you go ahead and talk to our winner, Curtis Young there, Gary. I'm going to move him for you.
And I'm here with your winner of the B main, Curtis Young. Man, that was a pretty exciting battle up front. It was hard to keep an eye on that and the battle for the transfer spot in the back, but we saw you make a little mistake there on the backstretch when you were trying to pass him there a few laps before that, but you caught back up and got around him. Tell us how you did that.
This race anyway, the track was pretty grippy, so it's just get as close to that bottom wall as you could through the corners. I think that was where I was gaining on him, but yeah, I don't know what happened when I got into the inside wall there. I might have pushed up and got into him. I haven't been running these sprint cars too much, so probably needed a little bit more practice, but I guess the B main was the practice that I needed.
Yeah, that's a good point you have there. It's it's a good advantage to actually run this extra 20 laps over everybody else. You get to see how the track kind of clears out. But congratulations on your win on the B main. We'll see you in the A.
All right, later, Gary.
See you, Curtis.
Appreciate that. And now we've got our second place finisher, Thomas Conheady. I'll let you interview him real quick.
Yeah, I'm here with second place finisher, Thomas Conheady. Nope, now we're here with second place finisher, Thomas Conheady, and tough break there. Lost the lead late in the race, but you held it most of the way, so you definitely found some speed out there. Tell me how the track was to you, and some things you learned out there tonight.
Well, definitely don't want to let a guy slip under you, that's for sure. High group hadn't come in yet. I think I might have been able to hold it off if we had a little more of a high group, but so few laps on the track there just wasn't worked in yet. But yeah, it was a fun race. Would have pushed a little harder if we weren't trying to make the feature here, but hey, it was a great race. It was a blast.
Yeah, awesome. And you got that extra 20 laps of practice on the guys in the A main, so hopefully you can get out there, get a good qualifying spot, and run for the win.
Yeah, I really wish we could qualify in on qualifying speed, but we seem to be lacking a little there. But we'll get it figured out. Finish well in the main, so looking forward to it.
Yeah, 10-4 Thomas Connery. We look forward to seeing you over there in the A main. Have a good night.
Oh, are you a TeamSpeak user? Gotcha. All right, we have caught up now with our third place finisher, the transfer spot, the number 75 of James Nunn. Congratulations. I tell you what, those last couple of laps were really, really exciting. How were you able to move into that third position?
I just tried to keep up with those two and tried not to get into either one of them and pick my spot where I had a chance to get around them without touching them.
Well, congratulations. Sometimes in racing, as you well know, James, luck has a little bit to do with it. I'm not saying you don't have skill. You got a lot of skill. But sometimes when you're just one position out and the two guys in front of you are battling hard, you get a little bit of luck there, which looks like what happened tonight. Congratulations for making it into third, which means you automatically will race in the A main. Who would you like to give thanks to real quick?
I would like to thank High Octane Sim Racing, my teammates, and that's all I got right now. Thank you.
Hey, no problem. Go get your car cooled down, get ready for the A main, and we'll talk to you on the other side.
Thanks, sir.
All right, I tell you what, Gary, what were your impressions so far on that? Looks like we got a minute or so. We can go over what you think the track's going to be. I know it's going to be a little different just because the crew's going to get out there and work on it, fans. But what are you expecting for this A main where we're going to have a whole lot more drivers out there, Gary? Looks like we're going to have about 20 taking the green flag here in about 10 minutes. What are you expecting?
Yeah, if it's anything like that B main was, I'm expecting a really good race. Lots of passing. Look for the guy to try to squeeze in on the bottom. You don't have much room down there. The wall's right up against the track. So, as Thomas Conheady said in there, just don't. If you're in front of somebody and you got to protect that position, you got to be very mindful of the guy getting to the inside. And with 20 cars out there on the track, I look for a pretty intense race.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing that I'm very excited about is the fact that all four of these tracks that we're racing on here in the Domino's TYJ Racing Dirt Renegade Series, which, by the way, tonight's race is brought to you by All Pro Broadcasting, the best broadcasting in sim racing. All four of these tracks, from this one, USA International, to Eldora, Williams Grove, and Volusia, they're all a little bit different. They all have a little bit different character. So, luckily, Curtis Young in that 19, Thomas Conheady in the 7, and James Young in the 75 will automatically be transferring, and we will have a last chance qualifier, fans, for one more lucky driver to be able to qualify, race their way in, so to speak, into our A main, which would be, we set it up, it's going to be a 35-lap shootout. We're going to have 20 cars in there. It's going to be very exciting. Stick around, fans. In the meantime, just so you know how to win that free pizza, I'm going to give you the information real quick, so you'll be very encouraged to stick around through a couple minutes of commercials to come back on the other side of our commercials for the A main. How you're going to win that free large 3-topping Domino's pizza, fans, is text who you think is going to win the race at halfway, which will be lap 17, to 919-883-7497. You can also, if you're watching the race tonight on your device in the live chat, you can also comment in there. And like I said, the first fan before lap 17 in the A main, which is coming up in just a few minutes, that will correctly pick the winner of the A main at the end of the 35 laps, we will definitely give that free large 3-topping pizza away like we have done almost 3 times a week for the last, 3-4 months now, right, Gary?
Yeah, 10-4, Robert. It was definitely going on before I joined the league, and I joined the league back in January. So I think this is a really good opportunity to engage the fans and get some free dinner.
All right, fans, thank you so much, Gary. For Michael D'Amico, Gary, Sexton, and myself, we're going to take just a few minutes away for a couple of very important information commercial breaks and some more information on how they get this track ready for the next race, the A-Main. So fans, if you want to get yourself another sweet tea, another Diet Coke, Diet Pepsi, Diet Mountain Dew, whatever you're drinking, ginger ale, adult beverage, get you another bag of popcorn. You're going to need it because this next race is going to be even more exciting what you just watched, fans. We'll be right back. Talk to you in a few minutes.
Green flag waves. Pittman got a great start out of turn 4. They race through turns 1 and 2. Garrett Pittman with the lead. Battle for the second spot. Shane Stewart to the top of the racetrack. Joey Saldana down low. Saldana trips high. Stewart tries to turn underneath. Garrett Pittman in the field flat. Joey Saldana in second. Shane Stewart in third. Fourth now belongs to Jason Johnson. Donnie Schatz in fifth. David Gravel to the inside of Paul McMahon makes the move out of turn at number 2. That's the pass for the 7th spot. We approach the halfway point of 2016. Napa Wildcat Shootout at USA Raceway. Garrett Pittman is looking to top the green flag. Joey Saldana has stayed right there with him. Shane Stewart and now Jason Johnson and Donnie Schatz closing as Pittman is having trouble getting by the W20 of Brett Wilson. Halfway this time line. 15 down and 15 to go. Top 3 nose to tail into turn 1. Pittman looks again to the outside, makes the move by Greg Wilson. Gives himself a bit of an advantage there now. Joey Saldana has to go to the top in 3 and 4. They negotiate the slower car, and he does so very quickly. Jacob Allen, Logan Schuhart, battle for position right in front of now the top 4. Nose to tail on turn 4. Stewart all over Saldana. Pittman nearly got trouble. There's trouble. Logan Schuhart gets by with Jacob Allen's on the pace. Jacob Allen slowed in front too, but we stay green. He's now pulled into the infield. We'll stay under green flag conditions. Garrett Pittman leading it. Joey Saldana second. That allowed Donnie Schatz to get third. And Grant Speed fourth. Shane Stewart back to fifth. As Stewart really had to get out of the gas to avoid contact with Jacob Allen. Now Stewart back to the outside of Grant Speed. Meanwhile, Schatz looks to the inside of Joey Saldana for the second spot. Can't make it happen. 4 laps to go at USA Raceway. Pittman to the inside of the slower car of Logan Schuhart. With 2 laps to go. Barring something really unforeseen, Pittman's got this one worked out, but now Schatz all over Joey Saldana for second. Schatz to the outside in 3 and 4. Joey Saldana and Donnie Schatz side by side at the white flag. Schatz takes second as they cross the line. Back straight away for the final time for the race limit number 9. Making 2 wins in a row. The 2013 Series champion Garrett Pittman wins in Tucson. Donnie Schatz finishes second and Joey Saldana in third. Garrett Pittman climbing out and headed up top. One of Outlaws Craftsman Sprint Car Series winner of the Napa Auto Parts Wildcat Shootouts.
For full race results, series news, and features, visit worldofoutlaws.com. And for extended on-demand race coverage, visit dirtvision.com.
Hey, this is Garrett Smithley, driver of the number 0 JD Motorsports Chevrolet, and you're watching All Pro Broadcasting.
Welcome back, race fans. We're back here at USA International Speedway for this Domino's TYJ Racing Dirt Renegade Series A main race. First, we're going to have the last chance qualifying session where these guys are going to go out and run single car qualifying to set the field for the A main. The top 3 guys who transfer over from the B main, they will not qualify. They will have to start in the back. And one more guy will make it in on time. So look for this to be intense for these guys to run one lap out here.
Yes, sir, Gary. Thank you so much. Welcome back, fans. I hope you've got your second beverage and your popcorn and you're ready for an exciting show. I hope you enjoyed that commercial intermission we had real quick. You're watching the All-Pro Broadcasting sponsored Renegade Dirt Series from Domino's TYJ Racing live here at Lakeland USA Speedway. We do appreciate All-Pro Broadcasting not only for the great work Michael D'Amico does on the cameras, but also coming aboard for these first 5 Renegade Dirt Series races. This has been pretty exciting, and we are going to go back to each of these tracks at least one more time before we have our final, which will be at Eldora, where we will crown a mini series champion here in a few weeks.
Yeah, Robert, this has been an awesome series so far. This is the 4th race out of 10, and man, I know these guys love it. They're having a blast out here, but it's fun from up here in the booth. I wish I was down there racing with them, but I'm having a blast just watching them.
Yeah, thank you so much, Gary. If you want to take just a minute while these guys are finishing up the qualifying to go over the free pizza giveaway, in case we had a few fans just joining us here in the last few minutes, that way they'll be up to speed.
Yeah, absolutely, Robert. So if by halfway in the race tonight, if you can text your winner to Robert's cell phone number, which
919-883-7497.
Yep, or here on the live chat, you'll have your chance to win a free large 2-topping Domino's pizza. It is carry out only, not delivery. Sorry, you gotta get up and go get it, but it's definitely worth it. And halfway tonight is going to be lap 15. Or I'm sorry, yep, lap 15.
17, I think.
17. Oh, that's right, we're doing 35 laps tonight. So lap 17 is halfway, and get your winner in. Who do you think is going to win the race? And the first person to correctly select the winner of the race will win their pizza tonight. We've given away a bunch of them already. You can check it out on our Facebook page. We've got pictures of those that are happy to have their pizzas. And, man, it's an awesome promotion. I wish I could win my own pizza. Usually by the end of these races, I want to go order Domino's. It's awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, just looking over the qualifying times here as these guys are wrapping up their laps. It looks like, once again, Derek Walker to the top of the board with a 19.348. Another quick time. I believe that's almost identical, if not identical, to his time in the first room's qualifying session with Scott Sanderson in second, another familiar place. But I think he's hungry to get out there and win one. I know he's got a win already in the Dirt Series, but he's going to want to get up there and challenge Derek Walker, because Derek Walker dominated the last race. I believe he led from start to finish. Sitting third, we got Shane DeVolder. Corey Heffron's up there, top 4. Ryan Ahill, another guy who runs well, sitting 5th, and William Davis, second in points, sitting 6th. Look for him to close the gap on these guys and try to get a win tonight. I know some people already picked him for the free pizza. I got Nathan Davis. He's running set. He came in 7th. He's also got a few picks for the free pizza. Robert Fitzpatrick is sitting in 8th. William Roberts Jr. 9th. And rounding out your top 10 looks like it's going to be Buzz Moore in the 11th. I'm sorry, Buzz Moore in the 187. And Robert's going over his these results of qualifying here. Going to find out who makes it into the last chance qualifier into the A main. The pole position tonight is going to be Derek Walker. Derek Walker in the 02 with a time of 19.348. As these guys are gridding up here, it looks like from the B main, it looks like it's going to be Ronald Klein. So Ronald Klein had a tough break there in the B main, but it looks like he's gonna make it in in 20th position. So Curtis Young, James Nunn, Thomas Conheady, and Ronald Klein are going to transfer over from the B main. Ronald Klein gets in on the last chance qualifier. That's pretty exciting for him. So it looks like Russ Coe, John Paul Arsenet, Brian Coots. Looks like they're going to be heading home tonight. Ivan Garcia, he didn't make it into this room for his last chance qualifier, but he's going to be going home too. So yeah, these guys sitting on the grid here. We're going to go through the running order, starting order real quick because they're going to do 2 laps under caution before we get underway. It looks like Derek Walker is going to start first. Scott Sanderson's going to start second. Shane DeVolder's going to roll off third. Corey Heffron's rolling off fourth. Ryan Ahill's going to roll off fifth. William Davis is going to roll off sixth. Nathan Davis is going to roll off seventh. Robert Fitzpatrick 8th. William Roberts Jr. 9th. Buzz Moore is going to round out your top 10. And 11th is going to be William E. Moore. Giovanni Bramante is going to roll off 12th. Judd Danielson is going to roll off 13th. Ray Richer 14th. Jeremy Crandall 15th. Vernon Markheim is going to come out 16th. 17th is going to be Curtis Young. 18th James Nunn. 19th is going to be Thomas Conheady. And rounding out your field today, it's going to be Ronald Klein. Hopefully his bad luck doesn't transfer over from the B main and got in on time, and look for him to charge up through the field.
Yeah, thank you, Gary. I had to get everybody situated.
10-4, Robert. We just went through the starting lineup, and these guys are rolling around here to take the one to go. 35 laps of pure excitement, awesomeness out here on this DIRT USA International Speedway. 3/4 miles, high speeds, tons of racing room, lots of slide jobs. This is going to be an awesome race.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Gary. I tell you what, we got the fans watching. We got these drivers waiting for 2 weeks now. I'll let you take the start here.
Yeah, 10-4, here they go. They're underway. Derek Walker with a big jump on the field. Scott Sanderson's in second, and he's got a mirror full of Shane DeVolder and Corey Heffron as they're side-by-side for third place. And look, for Will Davis is going to make a move to the inside. He's moved up from 6th place. He's going to make a move on 5th under Ryan Ahill, and he moved him up to the 4th spot. 5th.
Yeah, yes, sir. We got 3 wide back here in the pack. We did there just for a minute. Looks like the Judd Danielson machine, Giovanni Bramante, and William Roberts Jr. They were all side by side going through the corner. They have straightened it up now.
Yeah, and up here, big battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th, 7th. Throw 8th in the mix there. We can throw a blanket over these guys. They're all fighting for that top 5 position. And we got contact in the crash.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
Yes, sir, fans. We'll get that replay pulled up here in just a minute.
It looks like Corey Heffron dove into the bottom of Nathan Davis, and then Nathan Davis dove into the bottom of Ryan Ahill. That Corey Heffron piled in there. Who else piled in there? William E. Moore, Jeremy Crandall, lots of these guys. Big pile up here at the back.
Yeah, thank you, Gary. Definitely looks like quite a few vehicles were taking some damage on that one. It's going to be very exciting to see who's going to be able to get away with the least damage.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for a lot of these guys early on in the race to see a big pile up like that, but you know, that's going to shake up the field quite a bit because that happened up front. Looks like Judd Danielson got some damage and up into the wall on that one. Trying to see if anybody made it through here relatively unscathed.
Yeah, it looks like up front we're still going to have basically some of the same drivers that were leading for this restart. Looks like Derek Walker will be restarting first, Scott Sanderson second, Shane DeVolder third, William Davis fourth, Ryan A. Hill fifth, Nathan Davis sixth, William E. Moore seventh, Corey Heffron eighth, Jeremy Crandall ninth, and starting 10th will be Thomas Conheady, who has moved up very smartly since the beginning of the race. He started back in the back.
Yeah, that's right, Robert. And some movers of the race here early on. Looks like William Davis is up to 4th from 6th, so look for him to get a good restart here to try to get up, challenge for the lead. Ryan A. Hill still sitting in 5th there. This is going to be a pretty exciting little restart here. As the pace car's got the 1 to go, we're gonna unleash him again here for the restart. It's been all Derek Walker tonight. 6 laps into this, Derek Walker looking for another dominant performance. You know, he knows his way around the dirt series. The pace car's off and we're underway. Big jump by Derek Walker. Scott Sanderson in second. He's got a mirror full of William Davis and Shane DeVolder for third. And William Davis looks to move up to third as he just slides up, slight contact, but he's got the position and he holds on to it. Whoa, that was exciting.
Yes, right behind him, he does get around Shane DeVolder. Shane's going to try to battle back. Behind him, we got almost side by side. Ryan A. Hill in the 55 is in 5th. Nathan Davis is up to 6th still. Looks like up front. Yeah. Shane DeVolder is making the move on the inside. Sorry, go ahead, Gary.
Yeah, Shane DeVolder got the slide job on the inside, and he's going to pull up in front of William Davis. Look for William Davis to try to drop down to the bottom. If he doesn't, and he's going to lose another spot to Ryan A. Hill if he doesn't get down to the bottom. But he's got the position there. He's looked for William Davis to stick it in there. But Ryan A. Hill charges in with tries to pull off a slide job, and he just makes a little bit of contact with the inside wall.
So how many laps will it take, you think, Gary, for this track to get to where they're going to be using the outside groove, if at all?
I'd say after about lap 15 or 20, you look for the last 15 laps for them to move up the track a little bit. But I think the inside is still going to be the way to get around somebody. You just can't quite get the momentum or the momentum you need off the top that you can get off the bottom by using the shorter way around the track. But look for them to use that as a way to kind of gain some ground on somebody.
Yeah, thank you there, Gary. Up front, we still have the same leader, Derek Walker, almost putting a clinic on here. About 4, 5, 6 car lengths back, we have Scott Sanderson at 193. Third, we do have Shane DeVolder. He did complete that pass of William Davis. William Davis is in 4th. A little bit closer together here, we've got Ryan A. Hill in the 55 and 5th. Nathan Davis in the 36 and 6th, where he had the restart here. 7th, we got William E. Moore. And quite a distance back, we got almost side by side. We got Corey Heffron in that number 51. He's got just a car length in front of the 73 of Jeremy Crandall, who's trying to use and work in that outside groove. He gets a great launch going down the looks like the back front stretch, and he's going to try to make a move himself to get back around James Nunn, who actually James Nunn just passed Jeremy Crandall the lap before that. So James Nunn has moved smartly from the back to back up to 9th.
Yeah, after transferring in from the B main, that's quite an improvement from starting in the back of the pack. Up front, it's all Derek Walker still. He's pulling away from Scott Sanderson. He's putting a gap on him. Shane DeVolder's closing in on Scott Sanderson a little bit, and William Davis kind of maintained his position. A couple of tenths behind 3rd place and 4th, and he's getting a mirror full of Ryan A. Hill as Ryan A. Hill's looking to find a different line to get around him, move up another spot.
Yeah, Gary, you've done a lot of this dirt racing, so you can probably relate to these drivers. They are searching the low groove, the middle groove, the high groove. They're probably changing their braking points. Actually, they're not doing much braking here, but they're trying to do everything they can to get a run on the vehicle from them. And right now, looks like we got side by side. Corey Heffron gets into, looks like.
All right, man. Caution is out.
Yeah, the caution's out. Looks like Corey Heffron. I see him upside down there. He's He was on the, looks like the inside of...
Yeah, I'm pulling that up myself real quick. Looks like Corey Heffron in the 51.
Yeah, it looks like Jeremy Crandall dove it to the bottom beneath him, and again, couldn't see him on the outside of him, came up, just touched him barely, got him into the wall. And that's probably going to be tough for Corey to bounce back from that. He's going to drop to the back with a lot of damage.
Yes, it does look like after that initial contact, Corey did hit the wall pretty hard. And Jeremy Crandall was able to continue. So that's what happens here in these dirt races. And here, what are you seeing up front? Are these second, third place drivers going to have any chance to get back ahead of our leader, Derek Walker? We're about lap 16 into 36. Real quick, fans, I forgot to mention, make sure you get your pick in. We'll give you this one extra lap to lap 18. My mistake for not reminding you. You want to text 919-883-7497 to get your pick in for the free large 3-topping Domino's pizza. Carry out only. The first fan to actually predict the winner will definitely get that. Go ahead, Gary.
Yeah, we just crossed the stripe to lap 18, so picks are in. We've already got a bunch of picks here. And yeah, as far as getting around Derek Walker, it's going to all be about this restart. Scott Sanderson has to know that Derek Walker is going to get a big jump on him, and he's going to want to close in right on his bumper so that he can be there right when he leaves. You know, this will be the third restart of the race, so we know he should have an idea of where Derek Walker is going to hit the pedal, and look for Scott Sanderson trying to keep it close. If he can keep it close, then he can work the bottom and try to get around him. As they hit the backstretch here, lights are out on the pace car, so we are going green this time by. Scott Sanderson's going to try to time this perfectly so that he can stay close to Derek Walker. Shane DeVolder is going to look to capitalize on any mistakes that they can make, and William Davis is right there in fourth, ready to pounce on anything else that happens. Here we go, the pace car is about to dip off. As soon as the pace car drops, he'll get going. Oh, and Derek Walker plays a few games on the restart. Brake checks the field. Totally what I would have done too if I was in the lead, but he bunches everybody up for second place. William Davis to the outside, trying to get on third. Look, Ryan Ahill's making a move on William Davis to the inside. Big battle for second here.
I tell you what, Ryan Davis drove it in there, but he kept it off of him. That would be Shane DeVolder. He did not hit. But Ryan Ahill's trying to make a move. A little contact there.
Oh, and he gets into William Davis, and that's going to bring out a caution. Hate to see it for those guys battling hard, but William Davis is on his lid.
Yes, fan, we'll definitely get this replay pulled up.
Yeah, and Ryan Ahill just dove it in there. Looks like he just got into him. Man, that's a tough break.
Yeah, if you go ahead and go over how they're looking, the top three, top 4 or 5, I'm going to go over this caution real quick.
Yeah, top 3 is Derek Walker. Second is Scott Sanderson. Third is Shane DeVolder. Fourth is Ryan Ahill. Fifth is James Nunn. We do acclaim at cautions here, so it's looking like something happened to Ryan Ahill on the bottom. He just kind of looks like he hit the grass, slid up into William Davis, and that's it. That's gonna put an end to your second place in points. That's a tough break for Will Davis.
Yeah, that is a hard one to accept. Of course, this dirt racing, Gary, as you know, is a little bit different than asphalt. These drivers are driving hard. They're trying to make the pass on the dirt here, going into the corners. It's very hard to be perfect every time you're trying to make a move. As far as doing a slide job, this does absolutely happen.
Yeah,
absolutely. And we're not looking for the drivers that are doing it lap after lap or race after race. But everybody's going to make an honest mistake or a hard-charging racing miscue from time to time, and it's just hard to penalize somebody for that. unless they're doing it repeatedly.
Yeah, absolutely. That's just a racing deal right there. His left front tire looks like it hit the grass, and Will Davis left some room on the bottom, and Ryan Ahill tried to stick it in there. And you can't see out the right side of these cars, and if you're not careful about it, you're gonna, you got to hope that car is not on the outside. And unfortunately for Will Davis, he's there. He was on the outside, and just a sprint car racing incident. Hate to see it for these guys, but that's part of it. Ryan Ahill he's gonna look to shake that one off and try to move up and take the win. The pace car's off. We're underway.
Yeah, it looks like Derek Walker gets another great start, but behind him, the battle has really heated up. Looks like Scott Sanderson is cleared for the second position, but third place we've got Shane DeVolder, and he's got a mirror full of Ryan Ahill in that number 55.
Yeah, and up front, looks like Scott Sanderson got a little bit better jump this time, and he's a little bit closer to Derek Walker, so look for him to run a different line. Cautions out.
Yes, we're getting the replay pulled up. It looks like we got the 36 of Nathan Davis was also involved.
Yeah, it looks like the 75 of James Nunn just dove it in there hard, tried to pull a slide job, and the 36 was there and just got into him and sent Nathan Davis around. Puts his gas tank into the outside wall. Probably not too bad of damage. You probably get rolling from there, but with only 10 laps to go, 9 laps to go, that's gonna be tough to climb back from that one.
Yeah, I tell you what, James was doing a great job there. He was able to transfer over. Unfortunately, his night will be over. Looks like we're still going to have Derek Walker. Second position, we're going to have Scott Sanderson. Third, Shane DeVolder. Fourth, Ryan Ahill. Jeremy Crandall, fifth. Ronald Klein, sixth. And Ronald Klein, sixth. Thomas Conheady, seventh. Have moved up very smartly on this restart, on the second race.
Yeah, let's talk about Ronald Klein. He, when the B-main was on his lid, got that car fixed up, and now he's back out here battling for a top 5. That is awesome for Ronald Klein. Good to see his misfortunes seem to take a turn for the better. There's only going to be about 6 laps to go when we get this restart, so look for this to get pretty wild. And if Scott Sanderson wants to get that win, he's really going to have to get a good jump on Derek Walker here. The lights are out on the pace car, so they're going to make their way onto the backstretch.
And just to remind, we are on lap 29, so we're going to have about a 5-lap shootout here. Gary, and it's going to be really interesting to see who can get the jump, who can maybe get around Derek Walker.
Yeah, Scott Sanderson's going to have to get a restart of his life here if he wants to have any shot at getting around Derek Walker in these closing laps. So yeah, they're gonna get the restart on lap 30, so it's going to be 6 laps till the finish. Pace car's off, and Derek Walker with another good jump. Scott Sanderson's caught sleeping. He's actually going to get a lot of pressure from Shane DeVolder diving in the turn 1 and 2.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to pull away from Shane for the time being as Derek leads it down.
Yeah, and Shane's going to force his way in the second place with that move. He's going to set his sights on the leader.
Yes, what else are you seeing up front? Looks like I'm going to review that pass real quick. Go ahead.
Yeah, up front, Derek Walker. It's all Derek Walker. Shane with that rough move of the caution. Looks like the caution's out here, and that might be it for the race. And number 7 of Thomas Conheady, he's in the wall. Looks like, yep, just car on the inside, slides up into him, and he's going to go for a wild ride after bouncing off the wall. A few other cars are going to get into him. That's a tough break for Thomas Conheady. Going back to that move for second, that was quite the pass. I feel like that's what you got to do here at the end of this race to try to get up in the positions. But Tough break for Con Henny, tough break for Scott Sanderson. He was sitting good second. We're sitting here.
We might actually get a restart here.
Yeah, looks like we might get a one-lap restart on this. Yeah, and, looks like these guys are getting a little fired up here, but as expected, short track, dirt track racing, that's what it's all about. Tough, hard racing leads to some incidents sometimes, and pace car is going to come onto the front stretch here, and we're looking to get these lights turned off on this guy and get a restart with one lap.
Yeah, that's going to be exciting. I tell you what, the B main was exciting. We had a lot of green flag racing, a lot of great side-by-side, a lot of passing. And we've had quite a bit of racing here tonight. In the A main, of course, you put more cars on the track there, Gary. You're definitely going to have more incidents of guys running into each other, trying to get every position they can. They are racing for a little bit of a payout here at the end of the first mini series in the Sprint 360.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which will conclude in a few weeks. So I don't blame them for racing hard.
Yeah, absolutely, Robert. We're about to go underway here. Derek Walker's going to have to deal with a new second-place car for this restart, so maybe Shane DeVolder can get a little bit of restart than what's been going on before. Maybe Derek Walker might experience a little bit of pressure here for this restart. One lap, Shane DeVolder gets a good jump, but Derek Walker also gets a good jump. Pulls about a 4 or 5 car length gap as they dive into turn 1. Look for Shane DeVolder to close the gap down the backstretch here and make an aggressive move to get the lead going into 3 and 4. As they go into 3 and 4 for the last time, Shane DeVolder brings it to the bottom, just barely gets in there, and Derek Walker's going to come off the turn and win tonight's Dirt Renegade Series race, the All-Pro Broadcasting Showdown from USA International Speedway. Congratulations to Derek Walker. That was an awesome performance. Again, he leads from start to finish, dominates the field. These guys got a lot of work to do if they want to contend with him. And we're going to get your top 3 finishers here in for interviews, and it looks like your top 3 is Derek Walker, second is Shane DeVolder, third is Ryan Hill. Scott Sanderson, tough break, was sitting in second all night. He's going to round out the night in fourth. A crazy celebration for Derek Walker as he's puts it up on his gas tank, does a donut, turns into a flip, glitches out. Awesome. He's going to be on his side. He's going to have to climb out of that thing. So yeah, coming in fourth is going to be Scott Sanderson. Rounding out your top 5 is Jeremy Crandall. Coming in 6th, Ray Richer with a quiet but solid run. Nathan Davis coming in 7th. Vernon Markheim 8th. Ronald Klein climbs his way from the last place starting position to 9th. And rounding out your top 10, 187 is going to be Buzz Moore. Robert Fitzpatrick in 11th. Thomas Conhenny in 12th. James Nunn's going to come in 13th. William Davis, tough break for him, 15 laps down in 14th. William Moore is going to come in 15th. Corey Heffron, strong early on, is going to come in 16th. Judd Danielson, we saw him get caught up in that early wreck. I know he's been caught up in a bunch of wrecks. He's always fast on dirt, but tough break, going to come in 17th. William Roberts, 18th. Giovanni Brimante, 19th, and Curtis Young is going to round out your field in 20th. As we wait to get these top 3 guys pulled up into here for their interviews.
Yes, sir, Gary. While I'm getting these guys pulled up, what are your impressions on this race real quick?
Yeah, again, first impression is Derek Walker. He's bad fast out there, man. 2 races in a row, he just dominates from start to finish. These guys have their work cut out if they're going to want to get by him. Other than that, lots of close, action-packed racing. Protecting the bottom is real tough. And
yeah, thank you so much, Gary. Right now, we're going to bring up our 3rd place finisher, Ryan A. Hill. I'll let you handle that interview.
Yeah, and we're here with Ryan Hill coming in 3rd. Pretty quiet 3rd place finish there. You kind of climbed your way up there. I saw you running around 5th or 6th most of the race, but then you managed to get your way up to get yourself into the top 3 and sitting here on the interviews. How was your race? How was the track? What did you see out there? And yeah.
Yeah, it was, I don't know. Came into practice, didn't do very good in the first practice. Track felt great though in the first practice. Came here, car was all right. Track was, I think the track pretty much proved it. You can't pass. When you have a fresh track like that, it just makes for zero passing, and you saw that happening. A lot of dive bombs, a lot of wrecks. That's how Shane got second. That's how I got third. So it's just, I hope that the owners of these tracks go ahead and start giving us like 60% tracks to race on, because I feel we'll get multiple groove racing. So, wishful thinking, but, something can always happen.
Yeah, and I'm sure that your voice could be heard out there, Ryan Hill. So with these tough track conditions, protecting the bottom is definitely the thing to do. I mean, is there anything these guys could do to get around somebody? I know that I ran a few practice laps out there and, tried making some passes on some guys, and I found some ways around, but, as you said, it was when the track was worn out. But is there anything you could have done different to move yourself up?
Besides getting good jumps on the restart and just punting somebody on my way, just because it was a bottom fest the entire time. We didn't have, the bottom wasn't worn out enough for us to go up to the top. The bottom was actually perfect this whole 35 laps. So, like I said, if we actually had a worn-in track, we could go up to the top, and you could have guys that could run the bottom in the slick. So, it is what it is. I mean, really and truly, it was a single-file race. It was a good one, though. Everybody was fast. But the only way you could really, that I saw people passing were either on restarts, which how I got one of my positions was the 11. I got him on a restart. And then, of course, you saw in second place, got into Scott.
Yeah, 10-4, Ryan. We appreciate the driver insight there. You're down there, you're experiencing it. This is a new league for us, so we're going to hopefully talk to these owners and get something worked out with these tracks to make the passing a little bit better. But all in all, it's still a pretty exciting race. It reminds me of like a Bristol or something. You gotta move the guy off the bottom, and if you want to get the pass, and it's exciting to watch from up here. I know it's pretty crazy down there. And is there anyone you'd like to thank for your top 3 finish?
Well, first of all, I'd just like to thank you and Robert and Michael D'Amico for putting on the Dirt Series for us this week. Everybody, and I didn't get to thank everybody for Thursday night for the top shelf. I made a bad call, and I'd like to thank everybody over there, the top shelf guys, for over there as well, just throwing them out there. Everybody who participated in our dirt racing today is, of course, Robert. He's the one that makes this whole show happen. So for all the series, so and Michael D'Amico, he puts on broadcast for everybody. So I keep on saying so. But anyway, just like to thank everybody at DBR. Unfortunately, Colin couldn't be here. He's coming back from Pennsylvania for a big go-kart race, and just everybody puts on a good dirt show.
Yeah, we appreciate it, Ryan, and we look forward to seeing you out there next week in the Dirt Series, and then the following Thursday in Top Shelf. We know you're always fast wherever we go, and it's good to see you up front.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. We did hear we were going to talk to the track owners about changing the track states here at the beginning of our A mains at least. And your voice was heard, and we're definitely going to work on that. Thanks a lot there, Ryan. Have a great weekend. Great week.
Thank you. You too, Robert.
All right, now we're going to pull up our second place finisher, Shane DeVolder, for you to interview there, Gary.
Get paid out at the end of the mini season.
Here you go, Shane. You were in the broadcast, but actually with Gary Sexton for your second place finish. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're here with Shane DeVolder. We saw him make that power move to get into second place. It's what you got to do to get by cars here that, with this tough track conditions and a bottom feeding race. But tell us about your race, Shane, and, that turning point there when you were about to make that move. What were you thinking? How did you pull that off? You guys both made it through without a wreck, so I saw a good pass there, and I would like to know more about your race.
Yeah, it was a pretty good race, pretty caution filled, but yeah, that move, I wasn't too happy with it. I just threw it in there. I didn't want to play follow the leader all the way around the track, and you had to get close to make a move here, and we got a little too close and made some contact, so I'm sorry about that, but gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, it's tough short track racing out here. It's something I try to explain in the broadcast. You know, you got that big wing hanging down there on the right. When you dive it in under somebody, you kind of got to hope that they're aware that you're there, because you can't really see them. And you know, when everybody's running the bottom, that's what you got to do to get the pass. But all in all, it's a good run for you. You know, you moved up a bunch of positions to get up to second. And is there anyone you'd like to thank for that?
Victory Circle, chassis and parts. That's all.
All right. Well, we appreciate it, Shane, and we look forward to seeing you out there at the next one.
Thank you.
Thank you so much there, Gary. Looks like now we have got the winner tonight, Derek Walker. Derek, congratulations. Another great run for you tonight. Looks like you were fastest in practice. You had the pole, and you won the race. I think you might have led all the laps. Derek, what are you doing? Have you just got that much practice time in?
Yeah, Robert, I'm not sure, man. I just get out there and just try to not wreck the thing. That's the whole goal of the night, is just get a good finish.
Yeah, well, congratulations. Like I said, you've done an incredible job so far. And just for an update, we do have a winner of the free pizza giveaway. We have a gentleman in the live chat. He goes by Fuzzy212. He did pick you to win this race. I have reached out to him to get his cell phone number. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do a quick interview with him. Hopefully, I'll hear from him the next couple of days, and he'll be the free winner of that large 3-topping pizza. Again, congratulations there, Derek. Is this win number 2 or 3 for you?
I believe this is win number 2. I think I got a late start on the season, so I have a lot of work to do to make up for it in the points. But congratulations to Fuzzy 212. That's awesome.
Yes, sir, Derek. You'd like to give thanks to yourself.
Just a big thank you to my teammate Nathan Davis, Wide Open Racing. We spent a lot of time working on our cars and running as many laps as we can on these tracks. It's a lot of fun, and big shout out to you for putting on this league. It's such a great league. I really enjoyed every week, and to All Pro Broadcasting and Gary and Michael, they do such a great job, and to all the people watching, big shout out to them. I want to say hi to my dad and my sister. I think they're watching, and to all my my Twitch fans on the Dirty Dude Twitch channel. I appreciate them supporting me every week.
Well, hey, we appreciate it very much. Derek, you have a great week coming up, and we'll see if we got another driver next Sunday. Looks like we're going to be back at Eldora to give you some serious competition, or we're going to wish for you and pull for you to get your third one, but you do have some fast guys in here. Have a great week there, Derek.
Appreciate it, Robert. You too, man.
Thank you, sir. All right, Gary, that was pretty exciting there. Like I said, most of these tracks I've never even raced on. I'm not a real big dirt talented or knowledgeable person. If it wasn't for you helping me out here, Gary Sexton, I would obviously be lost. If that's the case with all of our series, I got some really, really smart, helpful guys and ladies who step up and help us out here. And that's also the case for Michael D'Amico with All Pro Broadcasting. Of course, fans, you were watching the All Pro Racing Dirt Renegade Series race here at USA International Speedway. Gary, what are your final thoughts?
Yeah, Robert, final thoughts for me. I just want to commend Domino's TYJ Racing. You know, these guys, we're always working to make the best racing for these guys out there, and you know, it's cool to know that our drivers can feel comfortable to give feedback on the track conditions and try to make the racing even better. And I look for the series to grow in that. As far as tonight goes, you know, as stated, it's a bottom feeding race with these fixed setups, and it's hard to pass. But you know, a dejected Shane DeVolder, I know he wasn't too proud of that move he made, but I think it was smart. You know, that's what you have to do to make moves on these guys. You got to really dive it in there when we are running the bottom. So I think as this series goes, these races are going to get more and more exciting as, you know, we work with these track crews to get the tracks a little bit more optimal for passing. And you know, Derek Walker, story of the year right now. I missed the first couple races, but I don't think he's going to have a problem at all getting in there and contending for a championship.
Yeah, thank you so much, Gary. This has been a learning experience for me. I know we got a lot of new drivers here in our Renegade Dirt Series here at Domino's TYJ Racing, and they have bringing a lot of new fans Again, we want to thank Gary Sexton for helping out. We want to also thank Michael D'Amico doing the incredible camera work tonight. My name is Robert McFarland. Again, the winner of this race, like I said, we've got him down as Fuzzy212. We're going to get his name, and we'll have to update that name in our next race, which will be this coming Wednesday night, fans. You do not want to miss your next chance to win a free pizza. This coming Wednesday, we're going to be in the Dented Fender Trucks at California. It's going to be a day race. It's going to be open to all Domino's TYJ paid members. It will be a non-points event, but we got some really talented guys that come out. They bring great paint schemes, and they're all looking to win a race they normally cannot race in. We can explain that on Wednesday night, but make sure you're here, fans, and we will talk to you then. Have a great week. Oh, by the way, I just got the name. Danny Breeden is the name who goes by Fuzzy212. Danny did win that free pizza. I will get up with him, and he will be collecting that carry-out-only pizza this week at Domino's. Again, fans, thanks for joining us. Have a great week. We'll talk to you Wednesday night.
Just twist the throttle on back and feel no pain. Run the open highways, backwoods of the country, where live free or die is the only way. On my two wheels, all that I need is white lines and gas.
It was more than impressive, I have to say. I mean, the track is identical to the real track. I was blown away how realistic it is. Every little bump, every little spray paint, everything is exactly like you were there at the track. It was a great experience.
This is a warm-up lap now. Tires to get warmed up. The engine. Breathe a little bit here when you go through that little bump there. And then it's flat pretty much all the way through here, just about. Hard braking. This is the slowest part of the track.
And then I've done, I did many races in Formula 3, Formula 2. And then I did the very last race they did there in Group C in 1983 in the 956 Porsche. That's when Beloff got the lap record at the 6:11. I think I was second on the grid with the 6:14 or something, which was, I mean, those cars were awesome around there, of course, like any car is, that speed.
And this is the corner of all corners here, the Schwedenkreuz. Flat all the way into it. And then trail brake all the way into the apex here. And then hard at it again to get good speed down the hill here. Mega fast down this hill here. Just jump from one apex to the next. Gotta be super precise here.
I mean, it's almost exactly like the real thing. So, I mean, it is certainly realistic enough to get past the very, a lot of the initial hurdles you have when you try to learn to drive a race car, So, I mean, I think it's an excellent tool to learn how to race for sure, or learn to drive a car on a racetrack.